From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for staying with us. A state of disaster has been declared in Tennessee after severe storms and tornadoes ripped through parts of the state, including Nashville's recently redeveloped downtown.
Just about 15 minutes ago, Tennessee's governor said at least 25 people are dead. At least one twister tore through downtown Nashville in the middle of the night, damaging an airport, leveling buildings, and tearing off roofs. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee was on the ground today touring devastated communities.
There's people's livelihood, there's businesses, there's startups, there's hope that people have to make a way, and it's all piled up there in a big pile.
FEMA is already on the ground, and I'll be going there on Friday. Our hearts are full of sorrow for the lives that were lost.
Search teams are now going door to door looking for those who are still missing.
Now imagine waking up and finding out your loved ones were in that tornado's direct path.
That's exactly what one Wisconsin mother woke up to this morning when she heard the news. Our Jamie Perez spoke to her today.
Yeah, so this mom in Edgerton found out about the tornado this morning around 5 o'clock in the morning. Her daughter lives in East Nashville, so she immediately texted her to ask if she was okay, but she did not get a response. And as a mom, that's when you start to panic. After giving her a call, she found out that her daughter was okay, but the conditions she was in were not what you would want your own daughter to be in. No basement to hide in and directly in the tornado's path. She said she's so glad that her daughter is safe, but continues to worry about what the rest of the community is going through.
Kind of scared, you know. A lot of things happen in today's world, but I pray for the families that have lost people.
Her daughter was one of the lucky ones this morning. She says her home was not damaged, but just down the road is where all of that destruction begins. And coming up tonight at 6, we will actually hear from her daughter about what her entire experience was just being in that direct path of the tornado.
It's terrifying. You get into those metropolitan area, downtown areas, not basements if you're in a high-rise apartment. So
scary.
Very dangerous. Glad she made it out okay. Jamie, thank you.
Sure.
Madison police are investigating after a woman's body was found on the city's north side. That was this morning, and officers say a passerby discovered the body. It was near the 600 block of Woodward Drive about 6:30. Police say there were no visible signs of trauma, and it'll be up to the medical examiner to determine the cause and manner of death.
An investigation is underway after a student was found with a BB gun at Jefferson Middle School. According to a letter sent to parents by interim principal Mary Kelly, a student alerted an adult that another student had a BB gun. The student admitted to having an unloaded BB gun in his bag, and it was confiscated by Madison police. District officials say no students were in danger during this time. They say the student will be facing disciplinary consequences, which include a recommendation for expulsion.
A Wisconsin man performed an emergency landing in a Grant County cornfield Saturday afternoon after he reported his plane started losing altitude. Officials got a call from O'Hare Airport notifying them of a plane crash in a field between Boscobel and Woodman. The pilot, 22-year-old Colton Jekyll, called 911 so officials could locate him. He did not suffer any injuries during this incident, which is now under investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration and the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Another sunny day, but we could see some light snow overnight. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, you know, Jamie just had that story about the tornado in Nashville. We have an upcoming severe weather seminar in a little less than 2 weeks, the Dark Skies Severe Weather Seminar over at Madison College. This is going to be on Saturday, March 14th. And if you're interested in finding out about putting together a severe weather safety plan, we'll have some severe weather scenarios for the audience to participate in. And Dr. Victor Gensini from Northern Illinois University, a tornado researcher, will be giving a presentation. So that's free and open to the public. We'll have more on that a little bit later on. Live here from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Skies are clear right now, but there is some snow not far out to the west of us across parts of southwestern Minnesota, even mixed with a little rain in Nebraska. That will reach far southern Wisconsin tonight with maybe up to an inch of accumulation south of Madison. Otherwise, expect partly cloudy skies this evening. We'll turn cloudy overnight with that snow south of Madison. Then we'll turn partly sunny for tomorrow with a high temperature of 42. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes yet another big weekend warm-up in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you.
Thank you, Gary. The death toll from the coronavirus in the U.S. has climbed to 9, with tensions rising over how to contain the outbreak. A second case was confirmed in New York, and the CDC says that brings the number of cases to 108 in at least 14 states. The head of the Food and Drug Administration says a private company is close to shipping out thousands of kits to labs across the country. Even working full speed, health officials say a vaccine is still a year and a half away.
We hear talk about a vaccine's going to be ready in a couple of months. It won't be ready for being deployed. It's going to take a while.
The Federal Reserve announced an emergency interest rate cut to support the economy, but it failed to stop the stock market from another dramatic drop.
In fact, more than half of Monday's gains are gone today. The Dow off 786 points. The Nasdaq lost 268, and the S&P 500 plummeted 87 points. Meanwhile, in Wisconsin, Governor Evers convening a meeting of the state's political leaders to hear from health officials about what's being done to deal with coronavirus. The governor's spokeswoman said the governor called a meeting in the Capitol for Wednesday to discuss COVID-19. There has been one confirmed case in Wisconsin. That individual is recovering. Republican and Democratic leaders of the state legislature, the heads of the Senate and Assembly health committees, along with all of the constitutional officers have been invited. State health officials will be leading that discussion. After suspending study abroad programs in China, South Korea, and Italy due to coronavirus, the UW-Madison advising those returning students to self-quarantine, asking them to stay at their permanent addresses and not go to work, class, athletic events, or social gatherings for 14 days. They should also monitor for fever, cough, and difficulty breathing following their arrival. UW-Madison says, quote, "We do not anticipate the majority of these students returning immediately to the UW-Madison campus. The university is providing direct support and resource information to all students who will be transitioning back to the U.S.
And the CDC is warning Americans to prepare for an outbreak of coronavirus in their own communities. Local officials are saying to stay home from work if you are sick. Isolating yourself is one of the biggest ways to prevent the spread of any virus. Local officials know that staying home from work is not a luxury that everyone can afford, and not even an option for some. However, Public Health Madison-Dane County is asking area businesses to be especially considerate given the spread of the coronavirus.
Employers can start preparing their staff for, is there an opportunity to work from home if somebody gets sick? And definitely supporting staff who are sick to stay home, rather than, saying, hey, if you don't show up, all heck's going to break loose. We want, employers to support their staff in staying home and getting better so that they don't come in and infect other people.
Officials say creating these plans now will help businesses run as usual if and when the coronavirus spreads here. And given the technology we have now, it should be easier to manage working remotely. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has recommended that employers establish non-punitive policies, encouraging employees who are sick or exhibiting symptoms to stay at home.
Millions of Americans are casting their ballots in today's Super Tuesday primary contest. Joe Biden, he's in California. The former vice president won endorsements from 3 former presidential hopefuls on the eve of primary season's single largest voting day. This morning, Senator Bernie Sanders cast his ballot in his home state of Vermont. Currently, Senator Sanders leads in delegates and polls in states with the biggest prizes tonight. Senator Elizabeth Warren voted in her home state of Massachusetts this morning. This is the first time that billionaire Mike Bloomberg is on a ballot. He's already in Florida, which votes later this month. Voters remain divided over who should top the Democratic ticket.
I admire Bernie very much, and I think that he has the best shot at getting the current president out of the office.
After seeing who was left, I felt like Joe Biden was our safe bet.
Bloomberg has spent more than $233 million on Super Tuesday ads, about 10 times the amount of money spent by the Biden, Sanders, and Warren campaigns combined.
Well, even though Wisconsin is not voting today, there is still something to be learned from what happens tonight.
And political reporter Amy Reed joins us now to explain what we can watch for tonight. Amy.
14 states, including big delegate holders like Texas and California and our neighbors in Minnesota, are all voting in primaries today. This is a big moment in the campaign, and with something so consequential, there are important things for us here in Wisconsin to watch. As millions of voters cast ballots in primary states, political junkies out of primary states will tune in.
Well, Super Tuesday is likely to alter the choices Wisconsin will have when we vote ourselves in April.
UW professor Mike Wagner is one of those junkies, but he's also an expert, important to guide us through uncertain times, like two candidates, Senator Amy Klobuchar and Mayor Pete Buttigieg, dropping out so close to go time.
Well, I think the party, the establishment wing of the party, has started to say it's time to coalesce around a nominee we want. That's not something the Republicans did in 2016. All of the establishment candidates kept fighting it out, leaving Donald Trump, the anti-establishment candidate, to get the nomination.
Today, I am ending my campaign and endorsing Joe Biden for president.
Both Klobuchar and Buttigieg threw their support toward Biden. One thing to watch is how the moderate fares, especially among key demographics that can clinch a swing state. In purple Wisconsin, that can mean watching strong showings among African-American voters. Of course, none of that matters if the candidate can't make the long haul. And with 68% of the delegates needed to win the nomination decided today, the race landscape is painted by these results.
And we will beat Trump.
Wisconsin is critical to the 2020 general election, and winning Wisconsin as the Democratic Party candidate in the primary is something that will be used in the narrative as a sign of strength for that candidate.
Wagner joins many other political experts in thinking this is a tight race that may not even have a presumptive candidate by the convention, let alone by Wisconsin's primary on April 7th. So we'll be watching tonight and see how these states shape the narrative and the candidate field going forward.
Really interesting what happens tonight and all these folks going to the polls. Amy, thank you. And we will have a CBS News special report on Super Tuesday starting at 7 o'clock tonight. And of course, we'll keep you updated as always at channel3000.com. All right, some huge news for the Brewers as The Athletic reporting Christian Yelich close to a long-term deal to stay in Milwaukee. Reports say this contract extension worth $215 million over 9 years. Yelich, the NL MVP in 2018, he was a runner-up last year. The 28-year-old outfield's career batting average .301, and this season will be his third with the Milwaukee Brewers.
The public is weighing in on what should be done with a grant for electronic vehicle charging stations across the state. Wisconsin received $67 million following the Volkswagen emissions scandal. $10 million of that will be going toward electric vehicle charging stations. The funds will go toward 3 types of charging stations. Ryan Hummer, who drives a Tesla, said that the grant could help future car owners decide to buy electric vehicles.
People in apartment complexes are scared to buy EVs because they don't know how to charge them. Maybe some of this grant money can be used to help apartment complexes, other multi-use buildings, to encourage to install EV charging so there's more EV adoption.
The $10 million grant must be spent before October of 2027.
Governor Evers in La Crosse today to sign bills addressing the issues of opioids and substance abuse. Governor Evers signed 4 bills into law at the Cooley Recovery Center. Those bills are aimed to provide more access for those struggling with substance use disorders and improve recovery services. The governor says these bills are a big step forward.
We have state legislators here who are strong advocates for this, for these programs to make sure that people have the treatment they need in order to overcome addictions, and so to thank them for their good work in doing this.
I see State Senator Jennifer Schilling and State Representative Jill Billings, as well as other state and local officials, were at those signings. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, 3 people are dead in Illinois after a plane crash. We'll have the very latest.
And coming up tonight at 6, a Madison family is shaken up after their restaurant was robbed at gunpoint. We'll hear from police coming up tonight at 6.
Skintelligent is a skin balancing system enriched with probiotic technology. Skintelligent, the smart solution to healthy-looking, radiant skin. Free beauty picks with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman cosmetic products.
What makes you one of a kind?
I can ride a unicycle.
Acting's my passion. I love this.
Time to embrace your uniqueness by taking the BU Pledge, a promise to celebrate yourself and your friends for being exactly who you are. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page to sign the online pledge and enter to win cool giveaways. Come on and take the BU Pledge.
SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take part in the BU movement.
loves fresh food, amateur chefs, stay-at-home parents, salad lovers, barbecuers, smorgasborders, hors d'oeuvres, fondue-ers, and flambeers, midnight snackers, brown baggers, bakers, and throw it in the microwavers. At Pick and Save, you can get all the fresh you want at a great price with same-day pickup and delivery. Because we believe in fresh for everyone.
It started with one man and his father's simple advice.
He said, son, make sure the quality of work is worthy of the family name.
Over 20 years and thousands of clients later, Fry Construction still follows this advice, giving you the very best craftsmanship for roofing, windows, and gutters. If you want to trust the work done on your home, trust the family name that's behind it. Start with Fry Construction and Home Improvement at fryconstruction.com.
Skintelligent is a skin balancing system enriched with probiotic technology. Skintelligent, the smart solution to healthy-looking, radiant skin. Free beauty picks with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman cosmetic products.
Tonight at 6, a 10-year-old inspires the Madison Fire Department to get specialized pet oxygen masks. And a Madison family is shaken up after their Mexican restaurant was robbed at gunpoint. We'll hear from police tonight at 6.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Illinois State Police say 3 people died when a small plane crashed and burst into flames. This was on Interstate 55 in central Illinois. Police said in a statement all 3 occupants of that plane were killed in Lincoln this morning. The National Transportation Safety Board has described the aircraft as a single-engine Cessna 172. Authorities have not described what caused the crash. The NTSB says it is investigating, and the FAA is also responding to the scene.
Indonesia's most active volcano erupted overnight, and it was captured on video. Mount Merapi erupted at dawn on the Indonesian island of Java. For nearly 8 minutes, the volcano spewed ash and smoke over 3.5 miles into the sky. The ash forced a nearby airport to close. Officials say this eruption is just the latest in a series that began more than 2 years ago. It also erupted last month, and they're warning more quakes could come as the magma underground continues to move.
Well, we saw what happened last night in Nashville with severe weather. It's that time of the year when we have to start getting prepared. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
You're absolutely right, Eric. And we have our upcoming Dark Skies Severe Weather Seminar in a little less than 2 weeks. This will be on Saturday, March 14th at Madison College, the Truax campus. The seminar itself will run from 8:30 a.m. until 4 p.m. We're expecting to have Dr. Victor Gensini from Northern Illinois University. He's the professor that came out with a study about 4 or 5 months ago on how tornado alleys starting to shift eastward across the country, and Wisconsin may be at increased risks of tornadoes because of that. We'll also have some severe weather planning scenarios with the audience. Those were very popular last year, where we take you through some severe weather scenarios and ask how you would prepare and give you some ideas on better choices that you could make. And we'll have other severe weather safety talks as well. It's an all-day thing, but you can come and go as you please, and we'll have more information on that as we get closer to the event. Live here from the Edgewater Sky Cam in downtown Madison. Skies are clear. It's actually a pretty nice day today after a little bit of light snow early this morning. That snow melted pretty quickly. 3 things you need to know in the forecast, though. Another round of light snow is likely tonight with up to an inch of accumulation, mainly south of Madison. Areas north of Madison may miss out on the snow altogether. Skies will turn partly sunny for tomorrow. Temperatures will remain in the lower 40s. Might see some flurries or freezing drizzle tomorrow night, and then a quiet day for Friday. And then another big weekend warm-up is on the way. The timing on this just seems to be every weekend. We have a big jump in temperatures, and this one will be even even bigger than the last one, with high temperatures perhaps around 60 on Sunday. Things pretty quiet around here right now, but you can see some light snow, a little bit of rain across parts of South Dakota. By the time that reaches southern Wisconsin, it'll be in the form of snow because temperatures will be right around freezing or a little bit below. The computer models have a narrow swath of about an inch or two of snow, maybe around an inch for, say, Lafayette, Greene, Rock counties down toward Janesville and Beloit. Areas north of Madison will probably miss out on the snow altogether. And then, like I say, the snow will be light enough that it'll melt pretty quickly. And notice to the south of us now, there's very little snow cover across most of Iowa and almost all of Illinois. And our snow cover is diminishing inch by inch. And with temperatures expected to be above normal just about every day for the next 10 days, we'll get rid of a lot of that snowpack. The weather pattern is becoming more active in the Pacific Ocean. We're getting into that springtime pattern that has been lacking over the last couple of weeks. But you can see a very strong jet stream with storm systems along it. This is what we start looking for when we start to see a little more active weather pattern. Of course, the severe weather last night across the Nashville area, that storm system now moving into the Carolinas. But you can see yet another weather system behind that. That'll take a southerly path across the United States. Most of that precipitation will stay well to the south of us. Our little weather system for tonight is that little system there. And then after that, relatively quiet weather for a couple of days. As we zoom into the Midwest, right now we've kind of cleared out before the next weather system moves in. On future track, you can see that little swath of snow just kind of passing us by very quickly. By 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, it's pretty much gone. Look for quiet conditions during the day tomorrow, and then we'll see another chance for some flurries or freezing drizzle later tomorrow night. So for tomorrow, once the snow ends, look for a high of 42. So what snow does accumulate should melt pretty quickly during the day tomorrow. On future track, you can see again, it's mainly areas south of Dane County that could be seeing up to an inch of snow. As we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, notice those temperatures in the 40s, then a big jump up over the weekend, low 50s on Saturday, near 60 on Sunday. Some showers, maybe even a thunderstorm on Monday with highs in the lower 50s. Temperatures in the 40s next week and then back up to 50 with some showers and thunderstorms by Friday of next weekend. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, there's the view of the Beltline at Todd Drive. Traffic picking up a little bit better. There were some delays earlier. There's a stall on the Beltline near Gammon Road. Right now not affecting traffic there. We're seeing delays on the eastbound Beltline beginning around Monona Drive, heading back off and on until almost you get to Verona Road. Westbound delays start around Fish Hatchery and go back farther to the east. That's because traffic is driving right into the sun this time of year. As far as travel times are concerned, 22 minutes on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, 19 minutes going back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, it's 25 minutes to Janesville on I-3990 from the Beltline southward, 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, 17 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your news for you now. First warn traffic.
Thank you, Gary.
Ahead on News You Now at 5, a new study suggests that golfing can help adults live longer. Yeah, they needed a study to determine this, and we'll explain that research after a short break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When being sick isn't as bad as not knowing why you're sick.
When questions lead to confusion
And angst and anxiety. When it feels like there's a tiger chasing you into the darkness.
and all you want is a little light.
A little hope.
This is when you need the best of the best. Doctors who don't just perform cutting-edge procedures and treatments. Doctors who invent them. UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
It's time to spring forward and embrace the longer, brighter days ahead. It's also the time to get your home improvement projects going with 33% off windows, siding, and doors at Feldco. Plus, no interest until 2021. Kickstart your season, save some serious cash, and let the good times roll. Feldco, improving lives, one home at a time.
33% off ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Pills. You crush them. Kind of. Kale. You eat it for breakfast. Sometimes. You go far to eliminate stubborn fat. But sometimes life gets in the way. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells. For good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further.
We're
here at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Tom, people are loving this place.
They sure are, Jerry. Let's go see who Tina's chatting with now.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we have some beautiful ladies joining us. What are you up to tonight, girls?
Girls' night. We're getting some drinks. I want to win that car.
Sounds great. Are you feeling lucky? What's your favorite slot machine? Oh, to you guys.
Looks like those ladies are on a mission.
Oh, it's about to go down.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
I'm Mike Bloomberg.
Mike Bloomberg.
Mike Bloomberg.
You've probably seen more ads from Michael Bloomberg than the rest of us running for president put together. Big money is powerful, but it doesn't always win. I know that firsthand. When I ran against an incumbent Republican to take a U.S. Senate seat away from Mitch McConnell, Bloomberg endorsed the Republican, and he raised big money for him. But I beat him anyway. I'm Elizabeth Warren, and I approve this message because I believe our democracy should work for you, not the billionaires.
For millions of Americans, golf is more than a sport. It may be about enjoying the outdoors with friends or maybe getting some exercise.
But new research suggests that teeing up can actually add more to your life, literally. Mandy Gaither has more in today's Health Minute.
It's a sport that spans the generations, young and old, both sharing the love of the green. And teeing up at least once a month may add years to your life, according to a new study. Researchers analyzed data from the Cardiovascular Health Study, which measured risk factors for heart disease and stroke in those 65 and older. Participants had regular exams and visits every 6 months during a 10-year period. Once those exams ended, the participants were contacted to determine whether they'd had a heart attack or stroke. More than 380 of the nearly 5,900 participants played golf at least once a month. When comparing golfers and non-golfers, researchers found golfers had an 8% lower death rate from all causes compared to non-golfers. The study's lead author says regular exercise, exposure to a less polluted environment, and social interactions provided by golf are all positive for health. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The study's lead author says walking or low-intensity jogging may be comparable exercise. Neither has the competitive excitement of golf or the frustration, which helps keep the sport appealing for those of all ages.
We'll probably see some golfers out in Madison
Yeah.
very, very soon. We'll have a final check of your first Warren forecast in just a moment.
Minwax makes it so easy to make wood beautiful. Once you get started, you won't want to stop. Keep on finishing with Minwax, America's #1 selling interior stain.
In life, there are talkers and there are doers. Mike Bloomberg has spent his life getting things done. Started a company from scratch, creating 20,000 good-paying jobs. That's getting it done. As mayor, he rebuilt a shaken city after 9/11, created over 450,000 jobs, expanded healthcare to 700,000, and raised teacher pay. Elected for 3 terms because he got things done. Mike beat the NRA, strengthening gun laws. He beat Big Coal, closing over 300 dirty coal-fired plants. Mike is still getting things done. So ask yourself, for president, do you want a debater or a doer? Someone with workable, common-sense plans to fix healthcare and create jobs, who's done both. Mike has the record and resources to beat Trump, and it'll take both. But Mike will get it done.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Get more for your kitchen now with the Brothers Maine Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The big kitchen upgrade sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
If we spend a third of our life sleeping, shouldn't we try to get the best sleep possible? That's why Denver Mattress is all about that sleep life.
And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And check out the Summit Queen, only $199.99. Or purchase the Tempur-Pedic and get a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate, plus 5 years no interest financing. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
The all-new Silverado HD adds to the legendary capability of the strongest, most advanced Silverados ever. With best-in-class camera technology and larger, more functional beds than any competitor, the only truck that can compare to a Silverado is another Silverado.
Truck Month is the right time to get behind the wheel of the Chevy Silverado. Now get 0% financing for 72 months plus $500 cash allowance on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Maybe a little bit more snow tonight.
Yeah, probably for areas south of Madison. I think it'll kind of be like last night, you know, a little bit of accumulating snow and then it melts pretty quickly during the day. It's still about out in southwestern Minnesota, but it's a fast-moving weather system. Will kind of clip southern Wisconsin. You can see, I'm thinking, you know, maybe around an inch south of Dane County, north of Madison. Probably nothing as it appears now. Temperatures over the next 12 hours dropping off to around 30, so that'll be just cold enough for snow by the time that precipitation reaches us. Then we'll turn partly sunny for tomorrow with high temperatures in the lower 40s. And that 7 to 10 day forecast keeps highs in the 40s through Friday. Maybe some flurries or freezing drizzle tomorrow night and Thursday morning. But look at that big weekend warm up. Near 60 on Sunday. Showers, maybe a thunderstorm on Monday, and then some more thunderstorms by Friday of next week. It's looking like spring.
Yeah, it is. It really
looks like golf weather on Sunday. They'll be out there. They will be out there. 59 degrees. We'll be back in a half hour for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News coming your way next.